Hello people who cannot sit at home, thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to show you many amazing places in Ontario that have flowers. So the way that I want to structure this video is sort of month by month. I'm going to start with places such as garden centers and greenhouses that you can go any time of the year, and then I'm going to slowly go, May, June, July, August, and even a little bit of September. So if you feel like it, bookmark this video because you can go back later on in the year to see what other things are happening at the current month. That is all I gotta say, let's go. Okay, so for the first place, let's go to Kim's Nature Garden Center. Now, this is filmed right now in the early March, and I think this is the perfect kind of starter of this video. Hi. Hi. Oh, purring. Over here is, we got greeted by this wonderful cat. His name, later on I asked, his name is Mr. Gray. And after the greeting, we went into the store. They had insane amount of gorgeous, gorgeous orchids right now. Because this is very early March, so technically it's still winter time. It is lovely to see any flowers, but these had such beautiful, bright colors. Over here, I really got into this neon pothos, and I picked it up. And you know what? Later on, I got it because I thought that that was a great deal. It was $5.99, I think. And I think it was a great investment, because I love that color. So here's the friend again helping. Here you are again. Hi. By the way, the location of this place is roughly, I want to say it's above Markham, so Stouffville. It's about half an hour northeast of Toronto. And they have the most unique succulents. They actually have a lot of unique things, but they specifically are having, they specifically have so many very, very beautiful succulents. Some of them are on the pricier side because they're more rare. Not sure what this is above over here. This is very cool looking as well. I guess it's the plant that kind of grows downwards. Very unusual. But a lot of plants are very, kind of like regular price, and there's definitely more of the, $35 over here for this, but it's so unique. Succulent that's so very unique. So I understand why they are priced the way that they are priced, because for the person who knows what this is, it's probably an amazing find. We also came upon this, so believe it or not, that is actually cacti, I want to say skeleton.
Exotic, yeah.
Wow. It's basically what's inside of it, inside of those tall cacti that makes them stand. And they actually are used for just the beautiful, so they're used for like a decoration to put your air plant on top of it. No specific reason, just beautiful, really. So the store also carries a number of these glass kind of jars that you can put your propagation in, and a number of things to put the air plants in. So here's me very happy with my pothos. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. And this is what my mom got, the cacti and this chunk of coconut. You put it, basically you moisten it and you put it into the plant, and it kind of helps with the plant.
Their presents.
Yes.
Okay, have yourself a great. Hello, Mr. Gray. Yes.
And here is Mr. Gray helping us check out. It was definitely an amazing time over here at Kim's. Up next, let's go to Vandermeer Nursery and Garden Center. These guys are in Oshawa, so I'd say about 40 minutes from Toronto, heading to east, and it's a beautiful, beautiful greenhouse. This is actually my first time being here. This is again early March right now. That's what they have. It's kind of prepping for Easter, but not a lot of flowers other than maybe daisies over here, pansies, sorry. But this place has a lot of surprises in stores. And then here's the first surprise. They have this wonderful cafe. So the cafe name is La Castilla del Café. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right. Here are all of the coffees and drinks that they carry. They are usually, I think they're open till 5. The nursery opened till I think 9, but they are closed a little bit earlier. Just make sure online on Google Maps that they are open when you go here, because it's so lovely. You get to have your drink, and there's a bunch of tables, and it's such a vibe. Definitely beautiful. The nursery is fairly large over here. I'm just walking around. A good chunk of stuff right now is just plants. But then I came upon over here. Yep, Those are aquariums. So they have, I don't know how many, at least 10 over there of aquariums, and they have the most different fish. And by different, I mean, I think most of them are goldfish. I'm not a fish specialist, but it's the size of it that is different. So they go from like larger guys to much, much tinier. These ones don't even have the mesh, but most of them do have the mesh just for, I think, protection. And it's, I was surprised. I had so much fun kind of looking around. These ones, I think they're Japanese koi fish. These were like this bright yellow color. And not only that, they also carry turtles. What kind of store carries fish and turtles? What kind of nursery carries that? I've never seen that ever. And it was such a joy to just kind of look around and see what they have. They even have water lettuce over here if you're in the market for that. And more flowers over here. Cyclamen, of course, is one of the first flowers that is kind of in the spring, so they have like the bright white and bright red. Amazing store, amazing nursery, you have to go there. The next up we have Gage Park greenhouses. I am kind of keeping it here, but really the idea is that while it's still not really warm outside, like March, April, my suggestion to you is go to a greenhouse because they have so many amazing things, and a lot of times in the early spring they have flowers as well. They kind of start a bit earlier, so it's going to get you in the mood for, you know, spring and things blossoming. The Gage Park greenhouses over here, this is in Hamilton. In my opinion, this is the best. Honestly, I love this greenhouse. I've been a number of times and it's free to enter, and it's such a joy. They also have 2 pools. They have fish in them. They have all of these unique trees that are so tall. I don't even understand how they got so tall in Canada. It's amazing. So just make sure to read the signs because they have a papaya tree, they have a fig tree. Just such a great experience. I'm probably going to do later on all of the greenhouses of Ontario. There's not a lot. I think it's about 4 or 5. But it's just so much fun. I enjoy greenhouses so much. So the next stop with wonderful flowers is Parkwood National Historic Site. It used to be called Parkwood Estate, but right now on Google Maps, that's what it's under. I recommend going to Parkwood Estate around early May. That's when it's a really lovely time because they have a number of tulips. And it's just so beautiful to see them outside. It's kind of like the first flowers, the spring is here. It's such a great experience. This estate is free to enter, free to park, and just feel free to wander around on the grounds. Tell you about my new Weekend Getaways road trip journal. This just recently came out on Amazon. It's one of my books. It's all about weekend getaways, and I'm gonna link all of the information down below. And I also have, of course, my regular Ontario road trip journal, which is the spring and summer for daytime tripping, and my fall winter if you would like to go on a day trip in fall or winter. This is the main area of the pool, so of course right now it's not functioning because this is early May that we were there, but here is how it looks in the summertime because you have to go here in the summertime. I think this footage was maybe like July, and that's when everything is in bloom and all of these ginormous hydrangeas and zinnias are everywhere. And over there they actually have a cafe, so you can have a bit of a snack and a coffee. Absolutely gorgeous place. I enjoy it pretty much any time of the year, really, other than winter because maybe there's not a lot to see, but in the fall it's also beautiful. Behind the Parkwood Estate, this is sort of near the parking lot. Make sure not to miss it because it's kind of hidden a little bit. There's this lovely pond and a number of flowers again, and it's just so lovely. I can't believe that we have this in Ontario. It's beautiful. Number 5, Fleur de Villes. Fleur de Villes, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. So this is also early May. This usually happens for Mother's Day. It's in Yorkville, and it's just a bunch of florists do stations with different flowers. There's a website over here that you can check out. I'm going to link it down below, of course. And it's a beautiful free experience. So number 6, I'm sort of grouping these two things together. Floral Shohouse and Magnolia Alley, because they're very right next to each other. So this is Niagara Falls. This is again early May. By the way, the Floral Shohouse is a beautiful show house that it's a greenhouse essentially that you can go in. There is a small fee, but they change things up. Like for Christmas time, they had poinsettias. For Valentine's Day, they had pink flowers. So they really try to kind of switch it up. But right kind of next to it is this alley of magnolias. And it's so beautiful if you time it well, which to be honest, is a bit hard to time. Right over here that it's filmed, I think it's already a little past. They are already kind of wilting slightly. So it depends, of course, on the weather. So it's not as simple as saying, you go there at a certain time. It really does depend on what is the weather temperature. But of course, when you're there, you have to go to Niagara Falls and listen to the beautiful water. So number 7 is the TASC Tulip Pig Farm. This is another kind of at the same time as the previous Magnolia alleyway video. This was filmed at the same time, so early May. And essentially it's kind of in the Niagara region as well. So if you're going to do one, you're going to do the other. You do have to purchase tickets for this, but once you purchase the ticket, you can take, I think it was about 10 of the flowers together with bulbs back to keep. And the whole point is that you walk around and there's so many kind of fields of different colored tulips. It's a beautiful experience. They have a couple of other flowers as well. My tip to you is that even though it's kind of nice to check out the magnolias, these guys, the earlier you go, the smaller like the flowers are. Some of the tulips are not yet open. So really it's best to go here, I would say mid-May, not early May, to just kind of get the most of the colors blossoming. But if you don't mind kind of, picking up flowers that are not yet opened, they're going to open up for you when you put it, in the water at home, which is totally fine. And another thing about this farm is that make sure to wear shoes that are fairly dirty because it does get a little muddy. And here's the TASC website you can check out. I'm going to also link it down below. That's where you buy the tickets from. So up next, Edwards Gardens. This is a beautiful place. This I think is almost mid-May, pushing on to closer to the end of May because the tulips are already kind of fully opened. And you have to go here because they do this beautiful display of tulips and totally free. I think the only thing you pay for is the parking. It's definitely very gorgeous. Everyone takes photos over there. But then you also get to walk around and you have different other flowers and you have a couple of like cherry blossoms, not a lot, but some of them. And then even more kind of really beautifully manicured bushes with tulips. So definitely a place to check out in kind of mid-May. Very beautiful park. I actually enjoy this park pretty much any time of the year, really. I was just there in the winter, and you can go down towards the river. There's a number of bridges, and also make sure to check out the trees along the way. It's also they're all very unique and beautiful. Number 9 is the Oshawa Valley Botanical Gardens. This is again kind of mid-May, almost end of May, depending on the weather. And you should go here. Well, you can go there anytime. It's beautiful, but they have a peony garden, which I actually was very impressed by. And the variety of it, that's what I was impressed by. I absolutely adore peonies. I think they're beautiful flowers. My grandma had them, so definitely that's like nostalgic childhood thing for me. And the smell of it is just so beautiful. The park is gorgeous as well. Walk around. There's a river. There's a number of sculptures. So for the amazing spot number 10 is the Whistling Gardens. This is located about an hour and a half towards west from Toronto. It's a bit of a drive, but I love this garden so much at different times of the years. Late May, early June, you have the peonies over there. This, as I understand from what I was reading before, this is the largest collection in all of North America of peonies. I love checking the peonies over there. There is a fee for entry. It's not very large fee, and usually you just get in as you get into the park, but I think you can pre-book it if you wanted to. There are two big areas in the park that you can wander around and look at the peonies. You need at least an hour, but probably you can have at least 2 hours easy, maybe even 3 hours here. Try to have it so that the weather is nice, so that you really get to enjoy and walk around. But on the other hand, maybe that it's not too sunny so that you don't get, overheated. In the spring, by the way, they have a good collection of irises as well. I've never been, but I've heard about it. And later in the summertime, they have amazing daylilies collection. Daylilies usually kind of mid-July. But again, going back to peonies, insane amount of the different varieties, different shapes. I don't even know how to explain how much I love the whistling gardens, and especially during the peony time. They also have a number of birds. They had like a gorgeous peacock. They had the chickens. They also have this beautiful, I'm not sure what this is, but it's beautiful. I think they have weddings over here and structure, I guess. They have, of course, geese and swans. Not too many, but they do have them. They even have at different times of the day, they have different shows. Fountain kind of show coordinated together with music. They also have an amazing store, like a plant store, together with trees. You can definitely find very unique things here for your garden. And they have the coolest dog at the reception. We were there a couple of years ago and we absolutely enjoyed it. Number 11 is Purple Hill Lavender. This is another outstanding gem of Ontario in my opinion. It's a lavender farm, so of course it's only at a certain time. Lavender is usually kind of end of June / beginning of July, but of course things can vary depending on the weather and how warm it is. This location is somewhat close to Creemore or like Collingwood area, so it's more like north of Toronto, about an hour north of Toronto, maybe a bit more. So they have the purple lavender, they have the white lavender. There is definitely an entry fee. I don't remember what it was, but it was not very large. It is best to pre-book before you get there because especially during the lavender time, there's a lot of demand. I also highly suggest getting there at the opening time, basically as early as you can, because less people, you get to take more beautiful photos with just by yourself. Number 11 is Simcoe Terrace Garden. This is only a TikTok that I have, but I loved being here specifically for the daylily time, which is sort of midsummer roughly. Daylilies are usually July. And they have just a beautiful garden and the largest collection of daylilies. You need to check it out, completely free. This is in Mississauga. And they also have kind of like a discovery area, perfect for kids and adults. So make sure not to miss that as well. Number 13 is the Laura's Farm Stand, which is about 45 minutes from Toronto. They have a flower picking farm and they have the sunflowers picking farm. The best time really is July. And last but definitely not the least is the Neop Lavender Farm. This is in Niagara region. This is interesting because you can go here for the lavender season, end of June, beginning of July, but we were actually there at the very end of the summer. I feel like this was almost September when we were there, and we kind of stumbled upon it. We didn't purchase the tickets in advance or anything like that. I think it was very small fee for the entry, but the entry fee includes the flowers that you're about to get picked. All of that basket you get to fill up. It was only $10 back at the end of the summer. I don't know if this was some kind of ridiculous special because that was such a good price, but we got so many flowers, and they just had zinnias and different types of flowers that I don't know the names of, and just so many of them. Absolutely outstanding farm that you need to check out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there are any other places that you like with flowers, greenhouses, anything of the similar that I should check out down below. And of course, let me know what you thought overall of the video. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you next time. Bye.